Gentlemen, how are we all doing today? We all good? Good lad, Jim. Right, Dan. Hi, Kaya. Oh, Kaya, I've not got you that sword kata video yet, have I? Get your mum to shoot me a message and I'll get the video to you. Yeah, remember to be signing in. Make sure that you put your name in the comments. Okay, we've still got a couple of minutes. So today's technique, today's focus is going to be Kotegaeshi. Kotegaeshi being this wrist lock, which then causes the flip. It's a fairly well-known, very common technique. Hi, Sensei John. And it is one of my favorites. It's an awesome technique both for Kihon and for dynamic practice, and it's worth the hype. You can do some amazing things in your dynamic with the Kotegaeshi. So what I've got planned for today is a very rapid fire lesson where we're going to go through the shite and uke for Shomensky, Kotegaeshi, ich and knee, and then we'll squeeze in a very, very short dynamic variation at the end. So we're going to be very strict on timings, otherwise we will be here all day. Keep up if you can. If you can't, then just keep going anyway. And if you fall behind on the content, just keep on doing something. Okay, we've got 1 more minute left. Do make sure you sign in and maybe get some water on standby. Okay, so some of the training will involve a fall. If you are not in a safe space to fall, or you're not falling anyway, then obviously don't do it. Just use your head and substitute it with something equivalent, maybe a squat or a backdrop, or just sit down. Whatever works for you and the space you're in. You're under obviously no obligation to follow to the letter what we're doing. We will not have an opportunity to be looking at the fine detail of how the Kotegaeshi lock actually works and how it interacts with the shoulder, just because I haven't got a partner. What we're looking at is gross motor function, bulk movement, and we're going to be looking at getting you all sweaty and having a good time. So make sure you're engaging, make sure you're actually doing something. Watching is okay, but that's not the point of this. The point is to get you moving. So make sure you get up off the sofa on your feet, and we're going to get cracking. Okay, so find a space, light jump. As always, we must start with a small warm-up at least. We're not going to be doing much, but we've got to get ourselves nice and limber. So the techniques, the Shomensky, Kotegaeshi, ich and knee, shite and uke, we'll be doing this in an interval style, so it'll be quite rapid fire. We'll be looking at a low intensity examination of each movement, and then a high intensity round where we put them all together into one big sequence. Circle the arms. Hey Karen, hi Aria. Give the knees a bit of a roll. Obviously, Sensei John, don't do this. Ankle. Wrists. Okay, we're going to get started straight away. So the first round is going to be the shite movements for Shoumenski, Kotegaeshi, Ichi. I'll show you what that looks like first. Sorry, Shoumenuchi, Kotegaeshi, Ichi. So here, shite will strike, cut down, step back, shift, shift back in, cross step through, and then there's a pin. So it's quite a long technique. This is why we're breaking it down to chunks. Okay? So let's get the timer ready. Okay, so make sure you're copying along. Okay, so the first rep is the strike and cut down. So right kamai, we strike, aye! Good ki, then cut down to your hip. On the side here, strike, aye! Cut down to the hip. That's the first movement. Strike, aye! Good ki, wake the neighbours up. Cut down to your hip. And again, strike, aye! Cut down. Try left side if you want. Strike, aye! Cut down. Keep going. Good ki. If you don't want to be loud, at least breathe out. As you strike, you've got to get the air flowing. Okay? So it's a strike and a cut down to the hip. The cut must be on your center and it mustn't be reaching over. At this point, you're pushing their block down, bringing them forwards. Okay? So that's the first movement, strike and cut. From there, the second movement is to step back and shift. So we've ended up here. Second move, cross step backwards and shift. So ignore the hands, right foot forwards, cross step back and shift. Make sure you're copying along. Right foot forwards, cross step back and then shift. By all means, try the left side as well. So left foot forwards, cross step back and shift. If you watch from the front here, my cross step is on a slight angle. So advanced students, make sure you add that. Don't go straight, go on an angle and then shift. Okay, so one more time. Cross step back and then shift. When that beeper goes, we're going to put these two movements together into one sequence and we're going to push for a bit of speed, get a bit of sweaty. Okay? Right, come on, get ready. Okay, go. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Cross step back. Shift. Reset again. Go. Aye! Cut down. Step back. Shift. Reset. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Step back and shift. Other foot forward now. Left. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Cross step back and shift. Again. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Cross step back and shift. Back on the right side again. Keep going. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Cross step back and shift. Again. Strike. Aye! Cut down. Cross step back and shift. Left side. Strike. Aye! Good ki. Cut down. Cross step and shift. Good. Okay, so the third move is the shift back and strike. So we've gone through all of this. We're back in right kama. Okay? We're going to shift back and strike. And back to right kama here. Copy me. Shift. Strike. Good time to the bridge of the nose. And again, right foot forwards, right hand out. Shift. Strike. Don't add unnecessary whip to this. It's not supposed to be that. It's tidy. Up, shift, down. Like a Shoumenuchi but with a fist. Raise, shift, strike. Keep going nice and slow. This is a low intensity round. Raise, shift, strike. A few more goes. Raise, shift, strike. We're going to put that together now into the sequence. Get ready for the burn. Strike, cut down, step back, shift, shift back, and reset. Go, cut, cross step, shift, shift back, strike. Right side again, strike, cut, step back, shift, shift back, strike. Other side now, left side, strike, cut down, step back, shift, shift back, kia. down. Again, left side, straight. Aye. Cut down. Step back. Shift. Shift back. Aye. Strike. Keep going. Aye. Cut. Step. Shift. Shift. Step. Cut. Okay, now we're going to add the next movement. So we've got to the shift back here with left foot forwards. We're now going to get both hands on their hand, cross step through, throw. So here, left foot forwards, hands in front. Step through and throw. When you step through, long and low. None of this wimpy stuff. Long and low as you can. Left foot forwards, both hands down. Step through, hit the zanshin. Do not push your hands out. Keep them at distance X from your body. Here, forwards and down. More advanced students, there is a small tip at the end of that throw, but there's no extra movement. Don't add anything. It's a piece of simple beauty, this technique. Keep it simple. Left foot forwards, step through, hit the zanshin. Okay, ready for the sequence? Strike, aye, cut, step back, shift, shift, atami, hands low, step through, hit the zanshin, and reset. Strike, aye, cut, cross step and shift, shift and strike, step through, zanshin, left, strike, aye, cut, step, shift, shift and strike, step through, zanshin. Keep going. Strike, cut down, step backwards and shift, shift back, aye, step through, zanshin, left side, strike, cut, cross step, shift, shift and strike, step through, zanshin. Good. Okay, final set, final rep is the pin. So you've stepped through, you're in right kami, right zanshin, and they're on the floor in front of you. We're going to do a modified pivot. So your back foot comes around, and your front foot just translates across the mat by about a foot or so. So from your zanshin here, right foot forwards, pivot around, adjust the front foot. This will roll uke onto their front with some handwork. We're not going to look at that because there's no point. Pivot and small adjustments. From the zanshin here, pivot and small adjustments across. By all means, try the other side. We're going to do the other side. So pivot in and small adjustments on the front leg. Ideally, I would have you stay long and low through that movement. Don't throw and then get taller. It's a waste. Ready, go. Strike. Aye. Cut down. Step back. Shift. Shift and strike. Cross step through. Hit the zanshin. And then pivot and adjust. Reset left side. Strike. Aye. Cut down. Step back. Shift. Shift and strike. Step through. Pivot. Zanshin for the pin. Right side again. Strike. Step back. Cut down. Shift. Shift and strike. Step through. Hit the zanshin. Keep the zanshin for the pin. Left. Strike. Aye. Cut. Step. Shift. Shift. Strike. Step through. Pivot in. Keep the zanshin. Woo! Okay, so that was the stay for there. Where are we going? There we go. So that was stay for ichi. We're now going to have a look at uke. Uke should be easy to keep up with. Well, kind of easy to keep up with because you know what's happening on the other side now, okay? So, uke should end up looking like this. We block their strike. We're drawn forwards. We're folded and lean backwards, and then we are thrown and pinned. Do not flip in your living room. You will kill the cat or the gerbil, okay? So do whatever fall is appropriate for your space. Also, given that we'll be going at intensity, it might not be sensible anyway. Woo! Okay, where are you? Okay, are we all ready? I'm going to assume you're all ready. Okay, so so first item is the block and lean. So from right kamae, we block their strike, and then as our hand is cut down, we begin to lean forward. You don't go anywhere yet. So block, strong block, activate the muscles in your arm, and then draw forwards. Block their strike, and allow them to draw you forward, so you're just leaning over. You're not going anywhere, you're just being taken slightly off balance. Try the other side. Block, strong block, engage your arm. And then as you're cut down, their hand is here, they're cutting you down, they're bringing you towards their hips. You're just beginning to pitch and lift. Block, and get drawn. Don't allow your arm to go floppy, dead fish. It is an absolute nightmare doing this technique to somebody whose arm is not engaging. Okay, if the arm is loose, just slap them. Don't kind of do that. Okay, so block, keep the arm engaged, you're stopping them hitting you in the face, and then drawn forwards. So that's stage one. Stage two, so we've been drawn forwards. We're then going to follow our hand as they step and shift. So we will shuffle and then cross step to keep up. Okay? So from here we're leaning forwards, shuffle and cross step. I'll show you from the side. So we're leaning forwards, shuffle and cross step. This allows us to keep up with Stay as they take our hand. So we're off balance, keep up, shuffle and cross step. Try the other side. Shuffle after your hand, cross step through to keep up with it. As uke, you never want to allow your hand to be taken beyond arm's length. That is when you get thrown badly and it's almost impossible to keep up unless you are literally Neo, okay? So shuffle, then cross step. Okay, combining. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step. Reset, left side. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step. Block, forwards, shuffle and cross step. Other side, block, forwards, shuffle and cross step. Keep going. Block, get taken forwards, shuffle and cross step. Block, taken forwards, shuffle and cross step. Don't lean backwards yet, that's next. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step. Try and keep your back straight. Bad habits creeping in. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step. Okay, so third movement. Yeah, okay, so we've been taken forwards. Left foot forwards, right hand extended. We've been pulled here. As they shift, they're turning back towards, they're going to strike. So we yield back and block. Okay? So from here, they've got our hand. They turn back to face us, they put our arm here, and we block. Make sure you remember to block. It's impossible for me to forget now because the first time I ever did this technique with my sensei JT down in Oxford, he punched me. Legit. I didn't block, I got punched. So do block. It's honestly one of the best classes I ever had. It was wicked. Okay? So left foot forwards, lean back and block. And if you know what you're doing, set your hand up here. Try the other side. So right foot forwards, left hand. Lean back and block. Strong block. Engage your arm. Again, block. Okay, combining it all in sequence. Block, forwards, shuffle and step. Lean back and block. Now left foot forwards. Block, forwards, shuffle, step, lean back and block. Right foot forwards now. Block, lean, shuffle and step, lean back and block. Left side. Block, lean, shuffle and step, lean back and block. Right side. Block, lean, shuffle and step, lean back and block. Left side. Block, lean forwards, shuffle and cross step, lean back and block. Remember to lean back, otherwise you will still get punched. Block it, forwards. Okay. Next stage. So we block their punch, now we're going to get thrown. So we're here. If you were flipping, you would shift and go over. I'm going to assume no one is going to flip. If you want to, it's up to you. We're going to do a backdrop. So from here, left foot forwards, bending the right knee, blocking, sit down and spin if you've got room. If you haven't got room, just sit down. Just and relax. Okay? But ideally, you would rotate so your legs are facing the opposite way. Am I still in shot? I can't see. Yeah, I can. Okay, we're good. So here, left foot forwards, down, 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 and rotate. If you're being picky, try and get your head to land quite close to where your foot was. You don't want to travel far across the mat. Ready? Okay, block, pull off balance, shuffle, cross step, backwards and block, take the ball, and then reset, back up again, left side, block, off balance, shuffle, step through, lean back and block, down, and take the ball, back up again, right side, block, off balance, shuffle, cross step, back and yield, down, take the ball. Left side, block, off balance, shuffle, cross step, back and block, take the ball. Remember, do not fall if you haven't got space. Okay, so the last thing is to then be pinned. So we're lying down, we're on the floor. Right hand is above our face. We're going to keep it elevated and roll onto our front. And then back, swap hands. Can you all see me? Yeah, okay, good. So left hand up, roll the other way, keep it elevated, and reset. This is going to freak the dog out if you've got one. Roll over, and reset, other hand. Roll over, and reset, other hand. So this is us being pinned, this elbow's being taken around our head, and we're being cranked onto our fronts like so. Okay, slow and steady, have a few more goes. Keep the hand above your head if you can. It really depends on your shoulders and how flexible they are and how much control you have. Oh. All together. Block, cut forwards, shuffle, cross step, back and block, take the ball and roll onto your front and reset. That's the whole sequence. Again, block, off balance, shuffle, cross step, back and block, take the ball, roll onto your front. There you are. Left side now. Block, off balance, shuffle and cross step. Take the ball and then roll onto your front. If you're not falling, then just sit down and move face down eventually. You'll get the idea. Block, off balance, shuffle, cross step, back and block. Take the ball onto your front. Okay, so that's Kotegaeshi. We are running late. Okay, I'll see you later, John. So, what I'm going to do is cut down Kotegaeshi ni. So instead of doing stay and uke for Kotegaeshi ni, we're just going to do stay. Okay, so we'll do stay's part for Kotegaeshi ni, just because time's running away from us. Knee, stay. There, okay. So for knee, this is the one that cadets need to know by black belt. Knee technique, you start with your left foot forwards, okay? I might be mirror image, left foot forwards. The sequence goes pivot, shift, pivot, pivot, and then move in to the pin, okay? Because there are elements there that we've already done, like the pin, we're going to fast track a little bit anyway, okay? So, let's begin. So first move, left foot forwards, is the pivot and shift combo. Have a few goes of that slow and steady. Left foot forwards, pivot going wide, and then shift. Make sure your pivot goes wide so that your shift has power. If you pivot short, then shift, that achieves nothing, and then you're trying to push forwards from a position of weakness. Pivot long, stay long, then shift. Long, shift to that knee. Don't go forwards after, there's no need. If you need to go further forwards, you cut corners, okay? So wide pivot, then shift. Make it flowing. Try the other side. Wide pivot, and then shift in. A few more goes. and then we'll combine those, we'll look at the next stage. Wide pivot, then shift. Okay, so after the shift, we're now right foot forwards in kami. We're going to pivot back towards them and strike. So as we're here, pivot and strike. Same hand as your front foot is the one that does the strike. So right foot forwards, pivot, raise, strike. Your low hand, it has hold of their attack. It stays here. So as I pivot, it does nothing. This has the effect of bringing uke towards me because it's doing nothing. If I try and add to it, it gets too big and no control happens. So keep it low here. It does nothing. And the strike happens there to keep uke at distance. So pivot and strike. Good strong atemi, good kiai. Even if it's not loud, it's got to be delivered with intent. So we're going to combine those two stages. So left foot forwards, block, pivot and shift, pivot and strike. Again, block, pivot, shift, pivot, strike. And again, left foot forwards, block, pivot and shift, pivot, and strike. Try this side, right foot forwards, block, pivot and shift, pivot, and block. Keep going. Block, pivot, shift, pivot, strike. Block, pivot, shift, pivot, strike. Okay, stage 3 is the final pivot, throw and pin. So we've ended up here, we're still right foot forwards. Final pivot, we go long and low. They've fallen over, so we pivot back to pin. So right foot forwards. From here, both hands go to belt height. Wide pivot, and then pivot back in and adjust to move them into the face down position. Both hands low, wide pivot, and move back again and adjust. Try the other side if you want to. Both hands low, wide pivot, and then bring it back in and adjust. A few more goes. I've got 10 seconds of rest before we go back to high intensity. Okay, get ready for the whole sequence. Left foot forwards, block, pivot, and shift. Pivot, and strike. Big pivot for the throw, and move in for the pin. Other foot forwards, right foot forwards, block, pivot, and shift. Pivot, and strike. Final pivot, low and low, move back in for the pin. Left foot forwards, block, pivot, shift, pivot, and pivot, throw, long and low, back in, adjust. Right foot, block, pivot, and shift, pivot, and strike, pivot, and throw, back in with another pivot. It's very spinny, this one. Block, pivot, shift, strike, throw. Oh, I'm moving to that. Okay. Woo! Okay. All right, even with chopping a little bit out, we are still going to run over. So it's by a few minutes. Apologies, but don't give up on me. Okay. So the last thing I'm going to look at is a very brief, stripped down dynamic variation for Kotegaeshi. Kotegaeshi in dynamic practice is beautiful. It's awesome. It's powerful. It's balletic. It ticks both the martial and the art categories very, very solidly. A well-executed Kotegaeshi is just satisfying to watch and to receive, actually. Okay, we'll look at 3 different options. From a shomensuki, from a yokomen, and from yashiro. I don't have enough time to really give them the full attention, so if you fall behind, hi Dan, if you fall behind, that's fine. Do as much as you can, and then keep doing that, and if you can't take any more knowledge in, fine. If you're saturated, you're saturated. You're all good. Okay, so the first one is from a front punch, a shomensuki. We will start left foot forwards. We're going to pivot across and forwards. That's the footwork. So left foot forwards, pivot, we've captured the punch. Across, we've set up the Kotegaeshi, and forwards, we've thrown. Okay, so that's movement number one. Slow and steady. Okay, the punch is coming towards you, pivot. Move across, cross step through, hit the zanshin. I am now going to punch at the camera. I want you to do the movement in response to that punch. Get the timing of it. So here, as I come forwards, pivot, then you move me across, and then as you step through, then I will fall. Okay? Obviously I can't actually see you, so I'm just going to hope that you're doing your part of the deal here. So I punch, you pivot, then you move across, I'll move across, you step through, I fall. A few more goes, ready for the punch. Punch, there's your pivot, then move across and then cross step through. There's the pivot, move across, cross step through. Got a few more seconds of that one, then we'll have a look at the second one. Pivot, across, cross step through. Okay, so the second one is in response to a Yokoman Uchi. I actually only discovered this one within the last year or so. I saw Sensei Kendo and it blew my mind. It was beautifully simple. So the strike is coming in on our left. We block and we blend. Our other hand circles when we do a second pivot. So it's just two pivots. So footwork wise, pivot one, adjust the hands, pivot two, and there's your throw. Just two pivots. Block, pivot. Adjust the hands, second pivot for throw. You've got 10 more seconds of this one. Block, pivot, adjust the hands, second pivot. Okay, so we're going to go together now. So they're punching, pivot, across, step through, hit the zanshin, reset, right foot. Pivot once to blend, sort the hands, pivot twice to throw, reset, left forward. Pivot, adjust, step through, reset, pivot, sort the hands, pivot again for throw, left foot, pivot to the outside, across and through, to the inside and throw, left foot, to the outside, across and through, to the inside, adjust and throw. Keep going, got 5 seconds, outside, across and through. Okay, third movement, this is Yushiro. Watch the footwork very carefully. Ignore the hands unless you know it already. Block, forwards and raise, backwards and under. Step, pivot, step, right? Yes! Footwork, copy me. Forwards, backwards, forwards and spin. Step backwards, shift. If you can keep up with that, well done. You're doing really good. Just listen to my voice. Step forwards, step back. Step forwards and spin. Backwards, backwards, shift. You're doing really good. Forwards, backwards, forwards and spin. Backwards, backwards, shift. Okay, we're going to put them all together. Good luck. Left foot, pivot, adjust, cross step, reset. Pivot, adjust, pivot again, reset. Forwards, backwards, forwards and turn, backwards, backwards and shift. And again, left foot forwards, pivot, adjust, step through, in, pivot, adjust, pivot and back, forwards, backwards, forwards and turn, step and shift. I said step, step last time, didn't I? I was wrong. Pivot, adjust and through, reset, pivot, pivot again. Woo! Wow, okay. If you joined in, you should be sweaty. If you're not sweaty, try harder next time. So, Kotegaeshi, one of my absolute favorites for keyhole waza. It's elegant, it's beautiful, it's subtle. For your dynamic, it's all of that magnified. That's what the dynamic practice does. Practice your Kotegaeshi and it will reinforce everything else because of the attention to detail that it will demand from you. All of the techniques are demanding, but I think Kotegaeshi is a really good vehicle for getting the correct mindset as well, because you need intent as well as physical movement. Okay, so thank you very much, and we'll see you again soon. Os.